So, it is a lovely April morning, and Franco and Morgan, having recently returned from their escapades in the countryside, have come to the Esoteric Society, possibly bearing... You kept one of the stone tablets, didn't you?
Yes.
So, what would you like to do with that? Was that the kind of thing you'd take to the society, or be keeping away from them?
I think it'll end up in the curiosity collection of the society.
Yeah, so you've brought this curious stone tablet with you over to 18 Grosvenor Square. The ladies are both still out of town, but Mortimer is there perusing the society's library, having spent some time recently letter writing. You spent some time with Dr. Peterson over at the morgue, and I don't know if you'd call them friends, but he's definitely interested in your work and is very keen to show you his work and his experiments. Yeah. You received a polite response from your cousin Archie. Essentially, a very politely worded, "Stay out of this, and there won't need to be any trouble." And Dr. Lake has written that he's very interested in your interest in his work, and that you're welcome to visit Albrook at any time, but at the moment he is a little busy with family business, so may not always be there. And you've unfortunately not been able to find much information in your books about whatever it was you faced in the graveyard, or what this cult might be about. Only more vague mentions of Egypt and jackals and corpse eating. And now you've returned to the Society's library, and as you're perusing through, you hear the sounds of James letting Franco and Morgan into the house. You've not seen them for a while. They were out of town on undisclosed business.
I'll probably carry on perusing the books. One thing I'm actually considering is looking up things, because Miss Carter had quite an interest in Egyptology, as I recall. So I'm just looking for things, perhaps more information on the Egyptian language, because, well, Mortimer doesn't understand it. Although he can understand Latin, he thinks that possibly his research will require him understanding some Egyptian script at least, so he's going to be looking for that sort of thing.
Yeah, you can very easily find several books about hieroglyphics and Egyptian language in the library. I'll have to double check the dates. So I think hieroglyphics have been correct by this, but I can't remember the date of the Rosetta Stone stuff, so I will double check that.
It's more an interest to see, should he require, he knows where to look for the information, because he's got nothing to work with at the moment. But
yeah, there's a very extensive Egyptology section in this library, some of which was collected by Sir John and some of which Maddie has added to herself. It's clearly her area of interest. There's quite a lot of medieval history as well, I think. And yeah, you hear James letting the others in, and he goes, Mr. Burness, Mr. McCrashley, Dr. Davenport is in the library. Shall I send tea in there?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, James.
Of course. Let me take your coat.
Yeah, I would make my way. I'm going to make my way directly there, and take a look what Mortimer's researching, what he's doing.
I'm just assuming it's morning at the moment. Would you say morning? Okay. Good morning. You've been busy?
Morning. Again.
Have you been? Oh, sorry. Have you been busy?
Oh yeah, we've been Morgan had a case that ended up being. Let's just say we would have probably been better off taking you with us, because I mean I'm going to show you off this weird stone.
Did you fall out of the tree again? Did you fall out of the tree again?
No, but he climbed in a tree.
Well
I
done.
did not. I'm getting better at climbing trees. I mean, there was this weird person that put stones like this one, and I'll hand it over, all around the house.
I'll just sort of take it and have a bit of a look at the symbols on it.
And I was
Franco, you're going too far. You just give out this stone and just don't explain what was beforehand.
I mean, yeah, I'm on it. This person had this other person on their territory and didn't want them there, and so we were looking about what that person was doing. So the one that wasn't wanted, right? And they were doing some weird stuff with that stuff, with those stones, and so we stole some of those, and then they got angry, and then they turned into some weird creature, and then we killed them. It was a weird night. It was a weird night.
Oh well, you survived.
We didn't even get hurt. We're getting better.
What sort of weird creature was it? Was it like, let's see, it wasn't a fish person, I'm guessing?
No.
It wasn't one of those jackal-headed corpse-eating things?
No.
Yes, again. Yeah, come on, you close.
Let's see. I don't know. Zombie, Walking Dead. A snake?
Snake-like.
That's a new one.
But with a lot of arms and a lot of eyes. Was strange. Really a strange creature. The name before she changed was Miss Crowley.
That sounds snake-like.
I mean, she certainly was
Falling on
Crowley.
like that. But the description sounds something like from old stories, like old Greek myths type things, like Medusa or something along those lines. I don't know, those strange stories.
Yeah, but she didn't change us in stone.
That's good.
She tried to hit me a few times. She missed. I shoot back. I didn't miss. A lot of times. And yeah, for the story, I received a letter from an earl, and he asked for help. He had some money problems. This person, Miss Crowley, gave him the money he needed with one condition: have a room in the estate and no question asked. But strange things start to happen in the estate. And like Franco said, we arrived there. The maid of this Miss Crowley, a person named Agatha, could lift up a big trunk that even I can't lift up, with all kind of stones in it. Lifted it up like it was nothing, like it was just travel case, and then started to put stones all around the house. And this is one of them.
Well, at least you've had an interesting holiday.
Yeah, we can call it that.
And at least we know guns still work on these things. Shoot enough bullets at something and hopefully it'll die. On that note, I've actually got something to show you, Morgan, that you might be interested in. And I've sort of moved my jacket aside. I've actually had a type of harness made up. It basically allows me to carry guns underneath my jacket. It's sort of similar to like type of holster, but allows me to have 2 pistols to cross-draw.
Oh, that's something nice.
I can tell you who. I can point you in the right direction, but I'm not a very good shot, but I'm hoping if I put enough bullets in the right direction, I might hit something.
Oh, let's get you a fine gun to go with the holster then, no?
Well, we shall see. I probably need some advice on shooting off you, but I should really tell you about what I've been up to. I've recently written to Dr. Lake to mention to him I was in Brighton, just so because my description would match the person who turned up, and I just explained I popped in to see him whilst I was near the coast, and he was busy, so I thought I'd cover that route. I may have also written to my cousin Archie, Earl Grey, to apologise and basically tell him that I am taking his advice. And I received a response telling me to stay out of things, which may be difficult, but to say I believe he's my second cousin, something along those lines. He was more like an uncle to me, I suppose. I knew him my entire life. He's been quite helpful and stuff, so. But we shall see what happens there, because some things he cannot stay out of.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to stay out of things.
Yeah, I've not found a great deal. I've been looking into the Black Pharaoh business. I've found pretty much the same information we already knew about the cult of the Black Pharaoh. Nothing out of the ordinary. Jackal-headed, corpse-eating monsters, that sort of thing. Just the regular things. But what I was thinking was, I believe there might be some sort of curse or some sort of deal struck somewhere with the Bain family. And I believe after the creature was killed, the curse may have transferred to another female member of the family.
Oh.
Which is why Lucinda had been acting a bit strange and aggressive, and why she happened the way she was. And after chatting to Dr. Peterson, we noticed like the corpse eater thing. It seems the bones seem to be distorted, as if it's been transformed or twisted or pulled and shaped. So I suspect she's going to be changed into one of those things. So I've been looking a lot into finding ways to break that sort of curse, and if I can find a way, any information how those sort of creatures are created, I can probably work it in reverse to break it that way, but I haven't been able to find the information I need. It doesn't seem to be in the usual books you find in a library, so I'll carry on looking. Hopefully I'll find something.
I'll show you the stone, and it's some kind of, on the stone there's some kind of Egypt signs or something. I'm not sure, because I'm not quite a scientist. I'm the professor about this kind, but it's strange that two different cases, and both are meddling something about Egypt, because she was meddling in Egypt as well. The Earl we went to see just told us she was quite in Egypt artifacts and everything like that.
I've been looking at a lot of books to do with the Egyptian stuff at the moment. Keeper, is it possible to make a comparison between the stuff they've been looking at and the symbols on the stone?
Yes. Yeah, you can. Give me a roll. Either history, education, or intelligence, your choice. Or if you've got a better skill that you would rather use.
I don't know if library use would do it. Some comparing books.
Library use also fine.
Ideally, I would have liked to have used education because it's my highest one, but library.
We'll get you slightly different things.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, so comparing, if you kind of look at this symbol on this stone, carving on this stone, turning it back and forth, it's not a hieroglyph. And it doesn't seem to match any of the other sort of Egyptian scripts that you've seen in the books you've been looking at so far. In fact, it doesn't match any alphabet you've seen used anywhere before.
Could it potentially look like pre-Egyptian?
Um,
That the Egyptian language was based on afterwards.
Could be, but theirs is a lot more pictorial. That one. This is much more of a scrolly symbol. Just turning it back and forth. It's not really ringing any bells. But as you're looking at this stone, you hear a loud knock at the front door of the house.
Okay, I shall put the stone away somewhere. I'm sure there's cabinets or places to store items, and I'll...
Oh yeah, there's like a... I think in the library they've got this like glass-fronted cabinet with bits of various stone things in there if you want it. And
Spaces, I'll probably put it in there for now.
yeah, there's also some drawers and stuff for other bits and bobs. Like, you know, like
if there's a
specimen
drawer,
drawers, yeah.
If there's a drawer that's big enough for it, I'll hide it in one of those, because I'd rather not something like that in public view.
Yeah.
And I'll just let Morgan and Franco know what I've found. And well, it doesn't look like it's Egyptian. I'm not sure what it is. At first I thought it might be pre-Egyptian, although I'm not sure how old that would be. But
yeah, so as you're explaining this, Augustus,
Yes.
you find yourself standing on the front step of this very nice townhouse. We're in a very fancy part of town in Grosvenor Square. This is one of the big, grand townhouses you can see. And your first knock on the door seems to have gone unanswered.
I start pounding on the door.
The sound echoes through the house.
Oh, it's James not taking the door.
You
I will
hear
go
a
to the
voice
door.
from downstairs in the kitchen like, "One moment, I was just making tea."
Keep going, I will take the door.
I'm still pounding on the door.
Yeah, I'm coming to the door. And I'll open.
So, well,
hello?
as he opens the door, what would he see standing on the front step?
He would see a very large, angry man, probably about 6'3", maybe about 250 pounds. I've got a pipe in my mouth, and I've obviously been smoking a lot of tobacco. I have a slightly receding hairline. It's combed back and slicked back out of vanity. Green eyes and a snarl on my face. Morning.
Morning. What you would see is a better dressed by now, very large but lanky, lean, young man, early 20s, 20, 19, 18, something like that. Would look a little down towards you. And can I help? I'm Franco.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense given the resemblance. So your brother sent me here.
Oh, okay.
Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
I just walk right by you.
I'm gonna close the door, and I'm gonna be somewhat confused because I did not expect my brother to actually turn something over.
Yeah.
Which has me kind of worried now.
Do you have a good relationship with it? Can I have some tea? Like what?
I mean, the butler is currently making some.
Sir, your tea. Shall I get an extra cup?
Yeah, that would be useful. Thank you.
Would you like it in the library or the morning room?
Probably the morning room, I think.
Yes.
Can I get a
I'll
scone?
take it upstairs. I will go check. I'm not sure if we have any scones. We do have biscuits.
That would be splendid, thank you. You can tell that I am much more polite to the butler than I am to Franco. Like markedly different. So, Franco, let me tell you about your idiot brother.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no is right.
What happened?
So, you made a request to him, right?
Yeah.
You wanted him to be looking out for something called occultists, right?
Yep.
Okay. So he made a request to me, and I owe your brother a lot. Brother is do you know what standing on the racket means?
Nope.
It means when you do what I do and what he does from time to time, you might get caught. And that means when you stand on the racket, you might take the rap for somebody out of courtesy and respect towards them. Now, your brother is one of my few friends, because I don't know if you can tell or not, I don't really like people. So I owe him. So he asked me to do this. He says that his brother has some request, something about, I don't know what an occultist is. Sounds like someone I beat up and robbed, but that's fine. I go out there, I'm where I'm supposed to be, helping them out. I hear this horrible scream. I run around the corner thinking I'm just about to break somebody's jaw. You know, it's Sunday night, Monday morning, whatever. He's gone. And he told me some wild stuff. But I figured he was just drunk or taking the piss. But what he tells me is if something goes wrong, I'm supposed to come here. Well, something went wrong and I'm here.
Okay. Did Mortimer and Morgan listen in?
The racket, I think with the racket is what's going on. I think I'm going downstairs and I just hear the end of it. Like, oh, something happened?
Yeah.
And for the record, Augustus, what you're going to see is like not a tall man, but kind of burly around the shoulder, but something really peculiar around the eyes. His face is torn. He's got a lot of scars around his eyes, but really not in the ugly-like of form. No, ugly type of form. Really shredded. Kind of his mouth is a little touched as well, and it goes down to his neck.
I like you. You look like a proper gentleman. You've lived a life. Not like this guy, I point to Franco.
Oh,
looks like what do you do? Like so, ledgers?
Don't be so crude. Franco starts to live as well for the moment. So if he stayed with me for a couple of months, I think he will still learn a lot more. So what happened?
I'm looking for occultists, whatever. I don't even know what that. I can't even spell that word. I don't know what that is. I'm looking for occultists. I hear a horrible scream. I run around the corner, think I'm about to dent somebody, fold them up, throw them in the gutter, maybe get their coins, make something for myself. Nothing. Just a horrible scream. And before this, he starts talking to me. His brother tells me something about the werewolves in Egypt and the cult of the red pharaoh, the gray pharaoh, the black pharaoh, some damn pharaoh. And here I am. So he told me to come here. Here I am. Why am I here?
Oh, probably because my brother found something. And I think I told him not to tell me immediately and not to. It's fine. Okay.
Found something. I'm trying to find that tea and that biscuit.
Here you go, sirs. Tea. We did have some scones, in fact. Fruit scones, jam, potted cream.
Thank you so much. You're a very kind person, and I appreciate you.
Mortimer would have just been behind Morgan when he came in, but keeping quiet and listening to the conversation as it went along, really.
You, lurking in the shadows. Come on in. Maybe you can illuminate something. That's a big word I know. Illuminate. Can you illuminate something for me?
Good morning. I'm Dr. Mortimer Davenport.
A doctor.
I tend to patch people up like...
I thought you meant like the papers. I thought we were thinking, never mind.
No, I tend to patch people up. Usually Franco, actually, but never mind.
You patched me more than you did Franco.
That's very true. Franco's got fallen out of trees.
So, we need to go somewhere. Need to find your brother.
Yeah. I sent him after the thing we're looking for. And not assuming that he would find something, but more like because we couldn't find something anywhere else. And if he actually found something.
So what's an esoteric society?
You know, all the weird shit that you can hear around, like ghosts, like strange creatures.
Ghosts? Like werewolves?
Yeah, like werewolves.
think the sort of Penny Dreadful stories, that sort of nonsense.
Oh, I don't read.
No, there's some truth in some of the stories, and I believe this society acts as like a private investigation type group. But,
Private investigation. You get paid?
I haven't been paid yet, actually, but never mind.
I mean,
Who's supposed to pay you?
They are. But
we can use this year, which is better than I'm living if I'm not here.
Oh, so it's Franco supposed to pay you. Well, Franco, let me tell you something. I immediately, when I looked at you, I wanted to punch you. I no longer want to punch you. I don't know why. It's probably because I like your brother and you look like him. See, I'm on the game, a rampsman, a mugger, sometimes on a good night, I'm a punisher. You know what a punisher is?
Someone who punches people because they deserve it?
Somebody, it's not about justice. That's stupid. No, it's about like when somebody snitches, you can't snitch if you can't talk. You can't talk if you don't have a jaw, or you have a tongue, or you're missing teeth, or you can talk without teeth. You get the point. The good doctor, he knows how hard it is to talk. Yeah, it's science or whatever it is that you do. Anyway, I'm here to fulfill my obligation. You tell me what I need to do to help you get your brother back. I will do it, and then I will leave because, quite frankly, well, I just told you that you're no longer somebody I want to punch. Kind of iffy on that.
Let me ask you something. What's the name?
Augustus Green.
August. Like
you call me Augie. Because I like your face. Because you look like you've lived a life, and I respect that.
Listen, Augie. Let me ask you a question. Would you be able to kick or hit something that's not human?
Let me tell you something. If Augustus Green hits something, it gets hit. And it doesn't like the way it gets hit. If Augustus Green has to pull out a damn knife, Augustus Green starts chopping. They don't call me the butcher. They don't really call me anything because there's nothing left to call me. I'm pissed off. I'm sorry. I'm worked up. I haven't slept. I'm out of tobacco. I haven't even had a chance to have this damn good tea.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take the tea. We're gonna ask James if there's still tobacco left. And then I think you should probably bring us to the place where the scream happened.
What the hell is a pharaoh?
A king from Egypt?
Mortimer, you're reading up on Egypt stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a king from Egypt. Most of them are pretty much meant to be dead.
Oh my God! What? Okay, so I have a question. I'm sorry
Did you ask
for
for
yelling.
tobacco, sir?
You are a splendid person. You deserve joy and proper payment. I hope you get paid.
I get paid, sir, yes. The ladies of the house.
Ladies? Where might they be?
Out of town at the moment, sir.
Oh, that is most
property.
unfortunate for Augustus.
Yes, James is certainly one of the best of people.
If there's anything else you require, just ring.
I will absolutely do my best to not bother you.
It was addressed. You know that he's addressing this towards. Probably, towards Mortimer. I think he probably sees us like the.
Well-dressed.
Or Morgan, Mortimer and Morgan as the closest to respectable people here. Even though Franco is now much better dressed than he used to be. But, James departs and leaves you in peace.
Franco, your brother, is he likely to have kept notes of what he was looking into?
I mean, he learned to write back when we were in the orphanage. But to be honest, the things that he does,
he doesn't tend to write.
Don't tend to be good if you're having like paper trails.
That's okay. I was just hoping we might have an idea what we'll be going into, but it's probably best that we, check around where he vanished from and start from there.
Yeah. It's
When
it,
did that happen? Was it last night or?
Yeah, I feel bad about it because I was just right around the corner, kind of just scoping it out for occultists. Like, I don't want to give the wrong impression. I don't care if I have to dent somebody's face, but by and large, I prefer not to be violent. I think people have the right to get home unless they piss me off. So the point is that I wasn't going there just to slap around some occultists or whatever the hell it is. Like, he explained them to me. They dress up in funny robes and say fancy words, and basically a bunch of nerds.
I'm going to get my stuff. Maybe it will be handy.
Yeah.
So I go upstairs in my room. I'm going to get a little long bag, to put my rifle in. I'll take my handgun with me, and I'll go down and I'll give a handgun to Mortimer.
Oh, it's okay. I'm already fine. I've got two. I show my jacket. I've actually got two pistols. I've got my service revolver and the one that Morgan gave me as well. I've got both of them in pistols.
I'll show it then to Franco, and I say, nah, not yet. And to the fine Ogie, I'll show him two brass knuckles.
That's two of the trade.
This is for you, mate.
I pull out my knife. I'll take the brass knuckles as a sign of respect.
And it's a
You
big
never know.
knife. To be clear, this is quite a big knife as well, but that one.
Knife, not a knife.
You call that a knife?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got my knife as well, but so
I've also got a knife as well.
I don't think it's. I will beat this one.
Raise your hand if you've killed a man. Not with malpractice, doctor. You put that hand down. You have to put it the right way.
Not quite. No, I've served in the Afghan-India wars.
I respect that. All right,
So-
that's fine. Now that I know I'm not just out here with a bunch of neonates, I learned that word with the occultists too. I get mad when I have to learn big words I can't say. It makes me feel dumb. That makes me feel aggressive. Don't use big words that I don't know.
Don't worry, everybody has to learn. Even me, I'm still learning new words. So don't care about where you're coming from. You're still learning. So don't be itchy about it. So where are we going?
So I would have had kind of like, I think like a little map and like notes from what I saw. And what is the exact name of where I was at? I'm sorry.
You don't know the name of it. It was a farmhouse partway between Kilburn and Kensal Green.
Okay, I would relay that to my comrades.
Yeah. And you and Henry had seen several carriages parked up outside. It looked like carriages you wouldn't expect to see at a farmhouse.
Yeah.
And it looked like there were several people coming and going. And Henry was just going to go around the corner and try and get a look at people going in and out of the entrance. And that was the last you saw of him.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this as well. Anyone who hurts your brother, I'm going to hurt them. I'll spare you the details.
I've seen stuff, just not, I was the good kid that stuck around at the orphanage.
Yeah, well,
He wasn't.
he's a good guy, just in a different way.
Let's get going. Let's grab the carriage because we're probably gonna be faster with it.
You see me
assuming-
grab all kinds of like scones and biscuits and put them in my pocket. It'd be a shame for this to go to waste.
I mean, it's not gonna, but go ahead.
I just aggressively start.
Alright. So yeah, you get the carriage round, and the carriage driver, Bo, this quite big guy, looks more like a thug than a carriage driver, really.
I like him.
Gives a nod towards Augustus, and then turns to the other three. Where to?
A farmhouse between. Where was it, Augustus?
Oh Lord, my memory is shot. I relay the same information.
Kensal Green. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Right. Hop in. As you head off across out into, well, I was going to say into northwest London, more out of northwest London entirely. You sort of head up out past Regent's Park, and then turn off into what is still fields on the outskirts of the city. It's a bright sunny day. So the trees are starting to come into leaf, and there's, well, actually, April, the trees are pretty much in leaf at this point. But some blossoms are starting to appear on the hedgerows. It's all rather lovely. And you see ahead of you this cluster of farm buildings. There seems to be a farmhouse, like a stable, a barn, and a couple of other smaller outlying buildings, surrounded by a low wall set amid the fields. Looks pretty quiet. You can't really see anyone moving around. There's not any animals in the yard, like horses or cattle or anything. And in fact, the fields don't look well tended to around the farmhouse. Doesn't look like the land's being worked.
It's probably a good idea not to have the carriage in sight of the farmhouse. If there's anywhere it could be parked up just out of sight.
Yeah, you could leave the carriage down the lane.
Why is that? You saw people going to that farmhouse, right?
Yeah, go.
Because that stuff's not tended to. That's a bad sign. I would go in front and take a peek before you guys,
I'd like to have a look at where Franco's brother had been before he vanished and see if we can find anything there.
That was at the farmhouse.
Oh.
On like the edge. Yeah, that was like round the edge of the barns, like farmhouse.
Which building did you see people entering? Which of these ones?
The house.
Yeah, the house. It was. Oh man, I feel you can see like guilt on Augustus's face. If he hadn't specifically told me to go to the Esoteric Society, I would have ran in there and just started dispensing justice.
Well, you may end up having to anyway.
Patch me up.
So,
he will. I'm assuming. I would go first, just in case. I'm not as. I'm huge as fuck, but I'm not as noticeable. I will start sneaking up front and taking a look around the barns when brother vanished.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of a stealth and a spot hidden. So, okay, you're leaving Bo with the carriage like up the lane, out of sight of the farmhouse. Then are you three still waiting up with the carriage, or have you come slightly closer as well?
I think I'd probably be following Franco, but much further back to keep him in sight.
Okay.
But not that close, just so if something happens, I see it.
Yeah, close enough for cavalry duty.
Pretty much. Because I know I'm not as good at sneaking about as the Snoop, but never mind.
And what about Augustus and Morgan?
I'd be Probably adjacent, maybe catty-cornered a couple feet off of Davenport.
Okay.
So do you want me to make a stealth roll as well?
Not yet, because you two
Okay.
haven't yet sort of reached the farm buildings
Gotcha.
yet.
So,
Not really necessary. Let's just get clear where Morgan is first before I...
I'm not far from Augustus. And I've got... I'm taking my rifle out, actually, because I think it's really strange. So, I don't know, I've got a bad feeling about it. So, I'm taking out my rifle. And I'm ready to shoot if something happens to Franco from a distance.
Okay, so yeah, three of you sort of further back. As Franco...
so if I wanted to push these two, what would the risk be?
I would say you can push one at the expense of the other. So you can push a stealth roll, essentially like hunker down and have probably less chance of seeing anything. Or push the spot hidden roll in some way of like, you know, looking around more, having more chance of seeing something at the cost of being seen.
I'm pushing spot hidden.
Or you can climb on the roof. Okay, so yeah. You sort of peering around the corners of the building. And what you see is a very large dog in the farmyard on a long rope. And as you see the dog sees you and starts barking very loudly. Just
you turn backwards.
As it sort of runs to the end of its rope. Like, you can see it's like a stake hammered into the center of the yard the rope has been tied to. The dog reaches the end of the rope, sort of snapping and snarling towards you. It's barking loudly, and you hear some answering noises from inside the farmhouse in terms of like some clattering and banging around.
Yeah, well, getting behind the barn and disrupting sight from the farmhouse, and then maybe try to get... I mean, the fields were not tended to, so there's probably a lot of growth on them. So
yeah, you can like dive over some walls and run away if you want.
I'm gonna dive in there and wait a bit, get around again, get back to the others. That went poorly.
As you're sort of making your way back towards the others, you see the door, one of the doors of the farmhouse swings open. You see two figures step out. One appears to be carrying what looks to be a shotgun. The other doesn't appear to be armed from this distance, but is quite a... You know, it's almost as if Augustus Green had a brother out there in the world.
Don't say that.
Like a big... There's a certain similarity in demeanor and possibly role in life that this man has. He's, this thick set, pretty solid looking, looks like he could handle himself in a fight.
There could only be one Augustus.
And the two of them sort of are looking around. And the one without the gun steps up. Hey, easy, butcher. Easy, easy. What's that about? Dunno. Passing squirrel. Could be anything. I'll just do a check around the wall. Meet you back inside. The guy with the shotgun sort of goes to just do a perimeter check essentially of the house. He doesn't seem to have noticed any of you yet.
I'm gonna whisper, kind of like just to the person in front of me. behind me. I'm just gonna whisper, if we rush the house and shoot, we can kill what we need to kill, but then we might not get answers. It's you're all with the big brain, so you make the decision.
That's the moment when I'm sneaking back and think, damn mutt. I didn't see a lot. Fucking mutt on a stick. I guess we should probably either try to take the guy out silently or wait until he's back in and hide.
I'd say we take him out whilst he's away from the other guy. We might be able to get some answers out of him. See if we can take him out quietly, but I don't think it'll be easy, but that's the best option.
Sure.
How should we do it? Which way is he patrolling? Because I'm assuming he's just doing like a quick lap.
Yeah, he's just doing I guess, clockwise round the walls, looking around the barns. He's going to be drawing nearer to the side you're on soon. So he's...
sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to ask if there's anywhere we could hide near here, so as he comes past us, we'd be able to get the jump on him.
You could try. You could definitely try and sort of get a bit closer to the farm and lie in wait. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my knife away. I'm gonna put on my 2 brass knuckles, and I'm gonna say, if I hit him in the stomach, you can't scream without breath. You have to trust me. I'm an expert. So if I crack some ribs, like maybe it'll be hard for him to give answers because he's choking on blood. But doctor, you'll do your whatever it is that you do. Yeah.
We'll keep him alive.
For now.
Yeah, if you want to try and sneak up and lay an ambush, that asks you to roll some stealth. Try and creep up.
So is that purple or green?
That would be green.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so as the man comes round the corner of the buildings, he looks and he notices Mortimer and Morgan. He does not see Augustus and Franco. So it's your choice if you want to be like behind a wall or in some bushes. Or your choice of what you'd like to be hiding behind. But he sees Mortimer and Morgan, sort of raises the shotgun towards them and goes, "Hey, this is private property. You shouldn't be here."
Sorry, we just got a bit lost. I'll try to... well, my view is I'm going to try to talk to him so that he perhaps moves past the 2 people he hasn't seen, and so they end up behind him.
He's standing still at the moment, sort of like pointing this gun at you, looking...
Yeah, just sorry, we got a bit lost. Whereabout are we? Just doing some walking in the countryside around here.
Blythe Farm.
What farm, sorry?
Blythe Farm.
Blythe. I've never heard of that place. Anyway, I'm really sorry to have, disturbed you. I'll just make my way to the main road. I think there must be a road somewhere with.
Road's that way. Keep walking.
I'm assuming it's obvious where it is. Yeah, it's like a big road next to us or something. I'll start heading that way.
Sort of pointing, like, sort of tracking you. Morgan, are you walking with him or are you?
Oh, of course I'm walking with him. I'll do like nothing happened, you know.
He's sort of following behind the 2 of you. He's sort of herding you back towards the road. Like,
that's the plan.
The gun's no longer actively pointed at you, but he's still holding it and looking warily as he sort of...
Has he gotten to be...
Yeah, as he walks past the place where where Franco and Augustus are hidden.
Perfect. I'm going to jump out and I'm going to try to punch him as hard as I possibly can in his stomach. And then I'm going to try to throw another punch probably in his bread basket, aiming to not break his jaw or kill him, but to just knock the wind out of him so he can't make a scene.
Okay, so give me a fighting brawl, please. I'm going to give you a bonus die here for essentially the ambush situation. So you roll a purple one on fighting brawl.
I would try to help that situation by coming up from behind and grabbing the arms so he can't shoot anybody.
Hey, that is an extreme success
Nice.
for this fighting brawl. So I will say, with that maneuver, this goes off exactly as intended. Like, and you hear the stuff. He's coughing for breath.
And this is the guy who looks like me, right?
No, this is the guy with the shotgun. The guy who looked a bit like you is down at the farmhouse.
Okay, so when I hit him with the old 1-2 and he's losing his breath, I'm gonna try to grab him by his throat. I'm gonna say, shut up, you don't want to make me mad. I'm in a bad mood. Shut up.
He shuts up.
Get his legs. Drag him. Get his legs. Something.
On it. I'm gonna take his shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm slinging it over my shoulder.
And I'm just like whisper yelling at him, like, don't even fucking blink at me. Don't fucking blink at me.
Oh, give me an intimidate roll. I think here is let's.
Would I have a bonus because of how he's just been hit as well?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do another purple one. This is same hard success. Yeah. So he looks suitably, I think, and appropriately for this situation where he's just been jumped and grabbed by a gang hiding in the bushes.
Congrats, you're all criminals now. Looking at you, Franco. Maybe you can join up with your brother.
I don't fit very well in his clientele.
You're doing great.
Am I?
I wouldn't lie to you.
Well, thank you then. So, I'm gonna look at the guy and lean forward and so, have you seen a person that looks eerily similar to me? A little bit smaller.
Can I talk now?
You might want to learn to talk right up now.
Yeah.
He's not playing nice.
Ain't seen you before, or anyone that looks like you.
Would you know if, say, yesterday evening was somebody here and suddenly ended up yelling and missing? What would have happened to them?
Don't work the night.
You don't work the night.
Yeah, we
I see.
Keep an eye on this place in daylight.
Who do you work for?
Don't know his name. Posh git. Pays as well. Tells us keep everyone out this place and grey hair, moustache. Talks right fancy.
Nobility, so to speak.
That doesn't sound like Earl Grey, does it?
I mean, he has a moustache and grey hair, but I mean, so do many Victorian gentlemen.
True.
Yeah, he does have a magnificent moustache.
It's true, you'd notice it. But so how many of you are here at the moment? Is it just like you and the dog, or?
Don't lie. If you lie, I'm going to take a toe.
It's me and my cousin Wilfred.
Did you lie to me?
No.
What'll happen if you lie?
Take my fucking toe! Don't take my toe!
And where do you
using
think
it.
to him?
I didn't lie to. Look, it's just you're getting the impression this man is, intimidated. Like, he doesn't seem like he's assembly. He seems like he's shit scared of what you guys are going to do. Specifically, what Augustus is going to do.
He's a smart man.
Yeah. He's not lying to us.
Do you know who works at night on this place then?
No idea. We just
you must see him. You must see him.
No.
So when
We
you
leave when
arrive,
it goes
there's no one
dark.
here.
We're only paid to keep an eye on it in daylight, which I think is unfair as summer comes around.
Does anything strange happen here? You see anything strange when you're here?
It's not really. I mean, we hadn't seen anyone coming or going since we got here. Not
How
Nice.
long have you been here again? I'm sorry.
doing this 2 months. Good paying
2
gig.
months. 2 months, 2 months, and you don't know. You get paid, and you get paid hard coin.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
Don't have it on me.
Why don't you have it on you?
I spent it.
I strangely believe that. All right, so because you've been forthright,
Get
I've
paid at
decided
the start of the month.
That's fair. I've
It's the 4th
decided.
today.
I've decided I'm not gonna kill you. So that's a good start.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm indifferent, but I'm sure you're happy about it. So, gents, what do you say we tie him up?
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
There's no point
Or-
coming in.
Or we can impress upon our young friend how he could surely die if he doesn't go back to the house, get that man to open up the door so we can better rush him. What do you think? And that way, both him and his comrade might live. Because if you don't do this, your comrade pisses me off because he looks like he's like me, but there's only one of me. So if you want him to not, what they call get Augustus, you should probably do what we ask, or I'll become upset. This is me calm.
Yeah, so you want me to
Want
go
you
get my
to-
cousin Will and make him let you in?
Yeah, so here's how this is what I'm proposing. You know we have guns, you know we have knives, you know we have violence in our heart. I have enough violence in my heart for the whole world. So if you don't do what we ask, I promise you, your knees, the way they bend, I'll make them bend the other way and have them over your shoulders. Don't talk. If you talk, when I'm talking, I'll get very mad. So we can get you to go up to that house where we will be closely behind. We'll get you to open the door. We will rush your friend. We'll ask him questions. And then when we are satisfied, I promise you, on my mother's eyes, I will not amuse myself. You understand me? You can speak now.
I think so.
Yes, it's a fair deal. I also,
How about
Yeah. No,
Right.
look, I said it's good. It's a good paying gig, but it's not. No job pays
worth
well
your
enough to
life.
get my knees bent backwards.
I agree. Are you good at mathematics?
No.
Well, you properly calculated the odds, so don't sell yourself short.
so? How about you go to your brother, you
Cousin.
take your dog, cousin. Sorry, you go to your cousin, you take your dog, you make a large round around the premises. We take a look about the premises while you are doing your large round, and we go afterwards our business, and nobody knows anything more. You can keep earning your money. I don't care.
Franco?
I'm just looking for my brother. And he seems to have been here. And he seems to have been gone missing right here. And
Franco,
that's
if we leave them unsupervised, they could rally the troops, so to speak. But this is your brother, so
fair.
you're the brain. You're the brain.
But
I do what I do.
these guys look like just hired muscle. Right.
They very well could be. But hired muscle sometimes knows things they're not supposed to know.
I mean, if they know things that they're not supposed to know, that they should really shut the fuck up about it, right?
Right?
Right.
This is true. But then you have folks like us who get them to speak. It's complicated. I mean, Franco, I would never disrespect. Well, that's not true. I have disrespected you. I would never disrespect you again, having decided that you are a good brother. Not to me, of course.
I mean,
I killed mine.
how about they stay with us, but they are on a tour around the perimeter, if you know what I mean. So they have a reasonable explanation for why they didn't notice us snooping around the house, because they were on the other side of the premises. That's just bad luck. If somebody snoops, asks. I don't care about these guys, but
we could just hold them at gunpoint whilst we check the place.
I like that, and we'll hold them at gunpoint, tie them up, or maybe we'll tie them up and then we might let them go when we're done, so they don't have to be here and incur the wrath of whatever twisted monster that they actually work for. I don't want to kill them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the shotgun though. I heard you can aim vaguely in the direction and you will hit stuff with it. That seems like my speed.
See, you're learning, Franco. You're gonna be as thick as thieves soon.
Well, let's go and keep the fucking dog on the leash. Stupid mutt.
Hey, but just a good dog.
He didn't like me very much when I was trying to look around without notifying you.
He was just doing his dog job,
Yeah,
right?
He's a guard dog. Be a crap guard dog if he didn't. Sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, look, you can say what you like about me, but don't disrespect my dog.
You're bold. And I actually respect that. But you should probably be less bold. Because I'm not very respectful.
Alright, anyway. Yeah, Willie, if you come out here, these men just want to have a nice little chat. Don't do anything sudden. Please. Yeah, what was the question?
Oh, I was just going to ask if chloroform tends to work on dogs, doesn't it anyway? Works on anything.
I mean, yes, I think so, yes.
It's not the first time I've used it on someone we've abducted.
I mean, if the dog listens to the two of them...
If it stops barking and it's behaving, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking of putting some on a cloth, throwing it towards it, and if it goes up to smell it, it'll just... But as long as the dog's behaving, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right.
The other guy comes out the house, looking around warily, and sees this little tableau with his cousin captive.
We have the shotgun pointed at him.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna want to do something really dumb. Good. You didn't want to do something really dumb. I'm glad. Now I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, because I'm gonna lose my temper if you don't. Now walk over again.
I would like an intimidate roll for this, please.
Very good.
Because let's see if this guy is as smart as his cousin or not. He walks over towards you.
Purple or green?
Just green this time. You've not beaten him up yet, but he's getting the vibe of the situation. He's getting a read on it. He walks up, like.
Okay. You got any weapons on you?
Got a knife.
Someone frisk him.
You know what, Morgan? You can aim with these things better than me anyway. And I'm gonna go and frisk him.
You find, like, a switchblade knife.
You guys care if I keep this?
Rather you didn't.
Oh, I wasn't asking you. I was asking my compatriots.
I'm just handing it over right that moment.
I put it in my front pocket. This is the price you pay for living the life that you live. You have any money?
No.
Okay.
Not on me. Oh, I got like, a halfpenny in my pocket.
It's okay. You know what? I shouldn't rob you. You're just a hard-working bloke. It's fine. Like, I don't like you because you're big like me. That makes me mad, but I shouldn't be so unreasonable. So this is what we're going to do. We're here looking. This gentleman right here, I point to Franco. He's going to ask you some questions. If you lie, I'm going to take a tow. and then you can probably guess how quickly downhill it goes. So he's going to ask you some questions, you're going to answer them, and you're going to get to leave with your life. We're also going to search things here. You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now these three men, and I point to my compatriots, they're good human beings. Okay, I'm not. So you want to appease them. That's the third big word that I know. 3.
What you want to know?
Gentlemen?
So, the guy that employs you, what's he look like?
Old, rich, big mustache, fancy suits. There's a carriage and servants.
I mean, we're still about 90% of London, feels like. I mean, you know what I mean.
It's
Anything special about the man?
Not really. I mean, I don't really know much about those kind of folks. I think someone called him Lord something or other, or they addressed him as Lord. But
A lord. Interesting.
I don't know anything about lords really.
How'd you get in this employ?
Mate of mine, Three-Fingered Bob, told me that this lord or whatever it is was looking for a couple of guys to keep watch over a place, just regular employment, scare people off, nothing too bothersome. So we met up with his lordship at a pub down towards Whitechapel, and he hired us on, me and my cousin.
So here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna take a look around here, right? You keep your dog close by, so nothing bad happens to it. Because we're nice people. We don't want to hurt the dog, right?
Good. Irving's really protective about that dog, so.
Yeah. And we'll take a look around. If we find information on my brother that we're looking for, we're fine. We're just gonna leave again. If we don't, we'll have to find your maid friend to find your employer that way. So we'll just go and take a big round around the premises, if you don't mind.
Do what you like.
And then I'll start looking about the premises where the dog so unceremoniously interrupted me.
Yeah. The dog seems a bit calmer as it, you see Irving, shuffle closer, hey there. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
probably
dog.
going to look in the property. Just wander through the door and have a look inside.
Okay, so Mortimer's going inside. Franco, are you searching the outside, did you say?
I'm searching the place where I think where my brother was last seen, and the surroundings.
Yeah.
Trying to find traces.
All right. And Augustus and Morgan, what would you like to be doing once this searching begins?
I think I'll go inside.
Okay. All right. So, and Augustus, outside or in?
I'm going to stay outside with the keep an eye on the two people we've apprehended. Keep them honest.
Okay. So I would like a spot hidden from Franco outside, please. And you know what? I'll also have one from Mortimer and Morgan as you head inside. So as the two of you head inside, you can the door which the men had come out of leads into what looks to be a kitchen. There's like a stove, a kettle, actually still bubbling away on it, like whistling away on the stove. Looks like they were interrupted in the process of probably making tea. There is a staircase leading upstairs and a door leading through into another room of the downstairs. The other room appears to be like a small sitting room. There's like a couple of chairs, a fireplace, and a bookcase on the wall with a couple of dusty books, and like some china statues of cats on there, a couple of other little bits and bobs.
I'll have a close look at the books in a moment.
Yeah. And so so you're searching around inside, you Morgan. Franco, I can't really see a way to put yourself in more danger with this spot hidden roll right now, so
yeah, I'm gonna use luck instead.
Yeah. So as you're looking around, there's a lot of churned up sort of footprints in the yard, like, you know, and you can clearly see where quite a lot of carriages and vehicles have come and gone. Like there's lots of carriage tracks in the yard, like horse prints, all sorts of footprints all over the place. Sort of looking around the spot where Augustus sort of said he'd last seen your brother, there is not really, like, the dirt and the mud looks, you know, it's churned up the place, but what you do see is, like, dropped in the dirt, seemingly forgotten, is a none too clean pocket handkerchief that someone has lovingly embroidered with a H and a V on the corner. It's frayed a little around the edges. It probably could do with a wash, even before it was dropped in the mud.
I'm looking at that and it look like initials, and I mean, I'm gonna tease my brother for that thing quite a while if I'm
Looks
getting
like it might have been a present.
That will not matter to me at all. And I just fold it back up and put it in the side pocket.
Okay.
So he's been here. He's been lost here. I'll follow the. I mean, there's been a lot of traces of people walking around.
Yeah.
Is there like a main walking direction?
It looks like they were going to the house, and like horses and carriages to like the stable and just like parked up in the yard. But it looks mostly, it's not like clear paths, but the most well-trodden bit seems to be look like people were going to the house.
Okay. So I know that Mortimer's already in the house, so I'm assuming that's covered. I start looking in the stables and in the other buildings around, taking quick peeks, maybe opening some doors if I need to.
Yeah, looking around, they seem to be pretty much empty barns and stables. It doesn't look like this farm is in use. It's like an empty hay barn. A couple of bits of abandoned dusty tack in the stable, but doesn't look like this place is in use. Okay.
Somebody's paying a lot of money to watch an empty barn, an empty farm, unused farm. Yeah, once I'm noticing everything's unused and everything's outside, there's nothing. I'll follow into the room.
Okay,
into the house.
You follow into where the others have been looking around in the house. So I think, Mortimer, you said you were looking at the bookcase, and the books themselves are not of any particular interest. There's like a bird watching guide and a book about like animal husbandry, sort of cattle management practices. But what you do notice as you're paying attention to this bookcase is, first of all, It looks like someone's tracked mud into this house and walked back and forth on the floor, like it's not been cleaned. You notice one of the china cats that was on this bookshelf. There's one similar to it that seems to have shattered on the floor. And as you look down, your eyes drawn to that, you see scratch marks on the floor, like drag marks, like a large piece of furniture had been dragged away from the wall. Almost bookcase sized.
I'm familiar with those sort of things. Then I shall call Morgan over, because I think Morgan came inside as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just point out the marks on the floor, and I think we're going to have to see if we can move this and see if there's anything behind it. You're much stronger than me anyway, but I think if we work together, we should be able to shift it out.
No problem. Let's do this.
All right, give me a strength roll. If you're working together, it's a combined one, so both give me a roll. Alright, so yeah, between the two of you, you managed to pull this bookcase away from the wall. And behind it, you can see there is a door in the wall of this farmhouse. It's like one of those like quite thick stone-walled farmhouses. So as you came through from the kitchen, there's enough room for like a chimney breast in this wall. And also this little wooden door. And as you find out, I think this is probably the best point to go to break before I forget. So we'll be back in 10 minutes' time. See you in a moment. Welcome back. So, where we left off, Franco had just come inside the farmhouse. Augustus was just outside the door, keeping an eye on your two, not quite captives, but almost captives. And Mortimer and Morgan had been snooping around the house. And you had just found that if you dragged aside the bookcase, there was a secret door in the wall of the farmhouse.
I'll just go over to where the kettle is. I'll move it off the boil because it's probably making quite a noise at the moment.
It's just been screaming in the background constantly throughout this.
Move it off because that's annoying. Has the door got a lock on it?
Yes, it does.
I don't believe I have any lock-picking skills at all.
What was that noise you made there?
I could try to roll under a 1 on a D100. I'll just... Morgan, I think we probably need Franco on this.
Franco is in the house.
Yeah, I was coming right after I noticed that there's nothing outside.
Speaking about the wolf, Franco, come over here.
Yeah, I'm on it.
We found a secret door, but it is locked.
Let me check. That's another 9 points of luck.
Just trickling away with your hand.
Just burning through it already again.
But yeah, it was struck as lucky. You just managed to hit the tumbler at the right point and click the lock. It's like the padlock that's holding this door shut.
There you go. Should we have? I'll just have a listen at the door to see if we can hear any sounds from inside.
That's a good idea.
You can roll me a listen roll if you'd like. Yes. No, nothing to hear. Nothing to hear. It seems quiet. All quiet on the other side.
There's nothing. I think we should take just everybody with us. Just in case there's actually something down there. And if it's something weird, the two hired muscle are more likely to help us than to flee than to hinder us, I'd say.
Whilst Franco's saying that, I'm starting to open the door and peek inside.
Okay. Yeah, as you open the door, you can see behind it is this narrow staircase, essentially leading down from inside the wall of the cottage down underground. And it is, yeah, it's quite a squeeze, quite a narrow little passageway heading downwards with quite steep steps. And it's completely pitch black down there.
What do you think, Morgan? Should we get everyone?
You know what we say. The more the merrier.
True. Augustus? And I'll walk through the door.
I'll have a look for lanterns around in the place, if there's any sort of light source we can take with us.
There's probably a couple of candles in a drawer. Yeah, there's 2 candles.
Okay. Has Franco just gone through the door? Has he gone outside?
I'm going back trying to get Augustus.
No problem. I'll wait on that. Would have been looking around for candles or lanterns, something along those lines. Chances are we would have had a lantern in the carriage, but it's too far away for us now.
Yeah, so Franco, you stick your head back outside to where the 2 cousins with their dog are kind of sat eyeing Augustus warily.
Okay, if I was gonna kill you, I would have killed you.
So, you 3, hi you 3, would you mind coming in? There's something interesting I want to show you guys.
Do you want me to bring all 3 of them in? Do you want me to tie them up?
I mean, just bring them with us in case there's actually something dangerous. They'll either run or probably more help than be a hindrance. So just bring them with us.
Okay, well, you're the brains. I pull out my knife and I say, "Gentlemen, on your feet. You can leave the pooch."
Hey, easy there, butcher.
I'm not gonna hurt your dog.
And yeah, do you want us to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'll be behind them. Knife drawn. Actually, 2 knives drawn. I'm gonna pull out the guy's switchblade in one hand and my knife in my predominant hand. I'll randomly just be like, shink, 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 so they understand what I am.
They get the picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they proceed into the house, through the kitchen into the other room.
A secret entrance. I'm just expecting you to get my butt in back out of there in case some shit goes horrifyingly wrong. And I go in. I'm sneaking down those stairs.
So you're going first.
Yeah.
Do you want a candle? Or do you want me to? Because I'll be right behind Franco anyway.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
You keep the candle. If I need to have light, I'll wait for you to come back up. But I'd rather, be in a bit of darkness beforehand.
Oh, you're going down in the complete darkness.
Not. I mean, I'm keeping outside of the light cone of the candle, just shy of that, so that I would block the light from behind and can listen in and
so
keep stealthy.
As you're heading down, the stairway ahead of you is in complete darkness.
Utter darkness. Yeah.
I would like you to make me a luck roll, please, as you head down the stairway. Mortimer behind you. Who's next after Mortimer?
I mean, that was to be expected.
So as you walk down this steep, dark staircase,
I mean,
You-
trying to be hidden, but
miss your footing on the steps because these steps are not entirely even heighted, and it's completely dark because you're blocking the light from Mortimer's candle, and like your foot goes out from underneath you, and there's a as Franco tumbles down the remainder of the staircase. Give me a dex roll here to see how well you land at the bottom of this.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
smooth.
manage to not injure yourself, but you still, essentially slithered down the second half of the staircase into the pitch black at the end with a thud.
I'll move myself away from the position that I impacted quickly and then hide a moment and wait
Well,
if anything moved.
It was quite a steep staircase, so you could only see the very palest glimmer of the light from the stairwell, so it is otherwise completely pitch black in here. So feeling around, you can feel those cold stone flagstones underneath you.
I'm trying to be silent and try to, reposition myself so in case something hurt me impacting, that I'm not there where I impacted anymore, and I'll just listen.
Okay, so you're just feeling your way across this floor in the darkness. You can feel, cold stones underneath. You kind of hand over hand through the darkness. Your hand brushes up against a slightly damp, cold stone wall. One of the walls of the chamber. It seems to be made of the same stones that the farmhouse above was made out of. As it seems complete. The only noise you can hear is the sound echoing down from whatever is going on in the stairwell. The question is, Mortimer, when you see essentially Franco just out of sight down the stairwell.
That's not a surprise, really. I'll just shake my head and I won't rush down because I'm assuming I didn't hear the sound of him being injured at the bottom. So he would have shouted out if he hit the floor. Well, if he'd hurt himself.
You just heard a thud.
Thud. I'll just carry on going down at a normal pace, but I'm guessing there's nothing along the walls where you can light up like torches or nothing.
No, this is just a very narrow stairwell, and you've got one of your two candles sort of burning away now.
Chances are I would have actually offered the other candle to Morgan if he had wanted it, or Asbo. I'm not sure if Morgan had wanted one before we went down. But, I'll head down anyway, just at a normal pace. I'm not rushing. I'm going to be careful with my footing. Seeing that Franco fell, I'm going to be extra careful.
Okay. Who's next after Mortimer?
I'll follow suit.
Okay. And then who's after Morgan?
That'll be our two guests.
Okay, and then Augustus at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Morgan have the other candle?
Yeah, I will.
Is it lit?
Of course.
Okay, so you've got two candles burning as you head down this staircase. So as Mortimer, as you reach the bottom of the staircase, the faint flickering candlelight illuminates this stone chamber, and for Franco crawling his way along one wall of this chamber, and as it sort of lights up, it's not a huge space. It looks to be about 25 foot in one direction and probably 15 foot across this long stone room, and it is mostly empty. there is one sort of large, like, wooden cabinet along one wall with 3 doors on it. And there are 2 doors leading off it, one at either end. And the stairwell from the house comes out about halfway down one of the long wall opposite the 3 cabinets. 3 doors. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Yeah. So
there's a cabinet and 2 doors that lead out either side.
A door on either end of the room. The stairwell has opened out directly into this chamber halfway down one of the long walls, and directly across from the stairwell is this cabinet with 3 wooden doors.
I shall have a closer look at the cabinet.
Okay, so yeah, Franco, you can now see this chamber now lit up.
I assumed so. Now I'm gonna use the light to find the dirt that is on my clothing now and brush it off. That was the quicker way down, but at least there was nothing down here to hear me, right?
True.
And yeah, as the others sort of, it's gonna be a really bad diagram. So as the others emerge into the room, as you look over this cabinet, you can see it's quite well made. Quite a well made cabinet. It's not locked, and as you open it up, you can see hanging inside are, well, to put no further point about it, it appears to be robes. Just a rail of black robes hanging up inside this cabinet. Inside.
Oh, robe with a B, not with a P. Okay.
Yeah, robes.
I mean,
inside...
what do I know in which sort of a dungeon we ended up in?
Can I see the robes from where I am?
As you all sort of emerge down into this chamber, you see, as Mortimer opens up this cupboard, you can see 2 of the doors, it's just hanging robes, and the central one appears to have shelves, almost like a gentleman's, like, wardrobe, where you'd have, like, suits and then, like, collars and cuffs and stuff in, like, a stack.
Does this look like what I saw last night?
The people arriving, the people you saw, look to be dressed like normal people.
Okay. So this is occultist stuff? Yeah? Brains?
Looks like it.
And the central bit of the cupboard appears to have each of these drawers, these masks to be made out of essentially paper and paste, but like these, almost like Greek tragedies, these staring face masks.
Now that's weird. I've not seen those before. I'm assuming the robes are just pretty much plain black, no symbols or anything on them.
No symbols,
pockets.
just black robes. Actually,
No pockets.
Actually, there would be a symbol on them. It looks to be an inverted ankh.
That we've seen.
Is that the Black Pharaoh symbol? Or I don't know if we would have seen anything like that in the research. So I've got papers from Dr. Creswell I looked at.
Yes, do you think you would have seen it in reference to that? Yeah. Right.
Hey, doctor.
Yeah.
What? So you're a man of science, and Franco, I understand you, and Morgan, I definitely understand you. If I could just ask a blunt question. Is this stuff real?
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't. But there seems to be some...
I'm starting to think, like, I don't know about pharaohs and werewolves, all that stuff, but, you know, my street smarts and my charming misdemeanor have gotten me this far. Between those 2 things, I'm starting to believe that this stuff is, this is real, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah. Most of us here, well, all of us here, wouldn't want it to be real, but We've seen some strange things.
Has it killed any of your friends?
On this particular case, I don't know.
I've got a little love. So, yeah, couple of it.
Not since I've been with them. I think there's been people lost beforehand, though.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying I want to join your fancy big word society, but I'm starting to be more appreciative of the whatever the fuck this is, whatever the fuck it is that you guys do. I should probably have been less curt earlier in the morning, but in my defense, I walked back from this farm, from here all the way to where you are. So
Don't worry. I mean, that's kind of the normal reaction to stuff that's not normal, you know?
This stuff shouldn't be real, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll let y'all get back to the big brain and stuff, but I feel the need to be... And what I do, there is honor amongst the thieves. It's every man for himself, but with a certain panache to it, gravitas, the decency to not step foot on other people's turf. And I didn't know what turf it was of yours that I was stepping on, so I do apologize for most of what I said. Most, not all.
Fine. We'll just call you if we need muscle.
Yeah, or diplomat.
That's another one of those big words, you know, right?
I accidentally learned it almost.
So, there's nothing else in the cupboard, I'm guessing, then?
No, just robes and masks. And I've attached a picture of the masks to the Discord. If you want to take a look. Yeah, other than that, this cabinet is empty.
So there's doors, right?
Yes, one at either end of the room.
Yeah, this symbol, it looks like the stuff we found regards the Black Pharaoh. It's the same symbol I found in some papers from Dr. Creswell, who had done some research on it. So we know whose track we're on. We just have to, find Franco's brother, see if we can sort out what's going on here and get out of here. Which door should we try?
Closest one.
That's a good answer. I'll just head towards the closest door and...
Yes, Morgan?
Before he goes to the closest door, I would like to do a spot hidden on the 3 doors.
Okay, there's 2 doors.
2 doors. I want to do a spot hidden on the 2 doors.
What are you looking for?
Actually, I'm looking for traps.
Okay. Yeah, maybe a spot hidden roll if you like. Just trying to look around, see if there's anyone like rigged anything on these doors. Doesn't look like they have done, no. One of the doors looks to be locked, the others does not.
Alright.
This is not a padlock, this is more like just a big iron key sort of lock. But it's only on one of the doors.
I'll probably have a look at the one that's not locked.
Okay. So you open this door. It doesn't sound like anyone's oiled the hinges in a while. You can see a low tunnel on the other side. And on the left, there's stairs going down further. And directly ahead, sort of as you can carry on straight on down the corridor, you can see what essentially appear to be a series of barred doors, like prison bars, like 3 barred doors with like iron grates across them.
So are these doors on the side of this tunnel?
Yes. So first there's a staircase leading down, and then there's 3 doors, 3 like
Each side?
iron
Or-
gratings. 3 on each side, yes.
Is there somebody in there? I mean, if they're barred, we can probably look through them.
Well, Mortimer, if you're doing this all by dim candlelight, if you go further down, then
Should we check to see the other room? Or
I mean, the other room's locked, right?
fair enough, let's just
So probably better check our back before we go through a locked door. Oh, that sounds good.
you hear a sound from further down the cell, a muffled sort of sound.
Okay, I'll start heading that way, but have a look through the doors we pass on the way.
Okay, as you head on, the candle's about a third burnt down now at this point, that your candles are.
Do these doors look like prison cell type doors? Or
Yes, that's exactly what they look like. And the first 2 you pass, you can see just empty cells. But as you get to the third one on the right, you can see there is a man. It's like near the bars, and someone has gagged him. Like there's a wad of cloth in his mouth, and it's tied around, secured around the back of his head. There's like little sort of dry blood down one side of his face. There's a few bruises here and there. He's got a ripped jacket. It's not all too fine looking.
does he have some sort of similarity to Franco?
Yeah, as you lean the candle closer, does look a bit like Franco, yes. He's going, "Ruff, ruff, ruff."
You Franco's brother? I'm assuming Franco's probably quite
Yeah, I'm like 2 steps behind.
and
Yeah.
everyone probably would have heard me say that.
Yeah, this is all
Open.
not a huge place, so you can hear what's going on. The sounds are sort of echoing around this.
Opening that lock.
Okay. Yeah. This one is locked, so it's going to require a
Don't
roll.
shoot. Like, open. There you go.
Mm.
Get that fucking thing out of your mouth. And then I'll pull the handkerchief out. Really? With your initials?
It was from Molly.
Hey,
I'm
buddy.
not telling sister. Let's get out of here.
Augustus.
I feel bad that I wasn't there in time,
No,
but I don't know who kidnapped you.
Not who. Fucking what?
What kidnapped you?
It's like some
Werewolf?
giant bat abomination thing.
So if you had said that to me like last week, I'd have been like, "Oh, my friend's on the sauce." But now I'm starting to think that you're right.
It came out of the dark, like swooped up, grabbed me. Okay,
We'll get you out of here. We'll get you out.
dropped me into a tree, and then some grabbed me,
I'm gonna hand him
gagged me, and
the
dragged me
knife.
down here.
Gotcha. I'm gonna hand him the knife that I got from the other guy, so you have something to make you feel better with.
Oh, yeah. You got any
I went-
water or something stronger on you?
Starting with water's probably good. I don't have any water on me. Did somebody think about bringing stuff with us?
The only thing I've got with me is brandy.
That'll do. Yeah. Just
I'll just
On an
pack
empty
in-
stomach, though?
I've had I've had bloody rags shoved in my mouth all since last night.
Does he
Yeah.
look injured at all, or
Pardon?
does he look injured at all?
It looks a bit bruised and scraped. Yeah.
Not sort of requiring any treatment or
No,
anything
it
like-
doesn't look seriously injured. No.
And I'm assuming that's the only 3 doors down here.
Yeah. The other cells appear to be empty.
Let's make our way out, and we'll have a look behind that last door, I suppose.
So you, as you're
There's
heading
something
out,
else behind that. When we follow the tunnel after those cells, or is that just
the cells appear to be the end, but there is. Hang on, I will. Oh my beautiful viewers in chat, you're not getting the beauty of this beautiful diagram here. It is appalling. So yeah, there's a staircase leading further down, but the cells are the end.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to ask you all the things that you got out of it. I wasn't expecting you to stumble upon anything, but the way you're sounding right now,
like, I mean, I thought this was just some rich guys playing dress up, and
yep, that's why I needed help.
What the fuck are you involved with, Franco? When you started talking about werewolves, I thought you were just, embellishing a story.
You see, the problem is that I was about to embellish a story, and then the embellished story turned out to be kind of what happened. And now I'm kind of, I don't know. Let's check the rest of this den of whatever the fuck this is, and then
I just want to tell you, Franco, you're a good brother. And Henry,
you're
I'm
a good
not, brother. Oh yeah, you are.
I wouldn't have brought him in if I were.
No, you needed help, and with this insanity, like I can't tell you how off the sauce I'm going to be when this is over. When you need help with this, you need help with this. So I get it.
Oh, I'm gonna pay for the drinks. Let's go down that stair.
You need to sit down and.
Yeah, of course, you're paying for the
explain
drinks.
Exactly what the fuck all this is about, but you want to go down this?
Else we're gonna find out what the heck's going on here.
We're here. We may as well check the place out.
Yeah.
Listen. If you want to leave now, you can.
Yeah. Just meet us at the Esoteric Society. I told you where it is, right? I mean, you sent Augustus here.
Yeah, the fancy place. I mean, I didn't really honestly, I don't really believe that I'd find you there.
I'm
really suited all up.
Yeah. You see, he looks a lot more nervous and out of sorts than you're used to seeing Henry looking. Like, he keeps sort of glancing around at the shadows as though he's expecting some horrible thing to come leaping out at him.
I mean, understandable. I think I'm wait, I did give the shotgun to Morgan.
But I've got my rifle as well, so
I would probably hand that to Henry, because he's probably better with it than I am. So, in case something creepy, whatever the fuck shows up, just shoot it.
Is it likely to?
I don't know. But usually they tend to react about as bad, I mean, at least somewhat bad on lead or bullets or anything flying very fast. So just shoot it. It's going to be fine. And I'll start sneaking down the stairs.
Okay, so you're heading down the stairs. Henry looks very hesitant. But then you kind of notice Augustus like, I'm not going to look like a coward in front of my...
Should we stash our compatriots where your brother was? We'll get them back.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm gonna halfway down.
We won't cause any trouble, and you don't need to lock us in there.
Listen, where we're going, it might be worse. So I can't trust you. I'm not even going to threaten you anymore. You're going to see me in your nightmares. I get it. If we take you down there might be a big bat monster that eats us, right? So maybe you don't want to be there, right? But then the only option I have is to tie you up or knock you out. Or you could keep your and be in the cells.
Just lock us in there.
That's right. You are a smart set of boys. Now get in there.
Can we keep a
close it and
candle?
lock it. No! What? What? Do you want me to slap? No, shut up. Yeah.
Shut up, Irving.
These poor sods.
But yeah, you lock them back up in one of the cells, and then you're heading down deeper. Down this dark stone staircase. So Franco's at the front. Do you have the candle, Franco?
Yeah, I learned from last time. I'm gonna keep it like a little bit behind my hand to like mitigate how much it is, but I'll shine it like in front of my feet to prevent another embarrassment like last time.
Okay, so because you quietly step down the staircase, is everyone following him?
Yep, I'll be right behind him as I was before.
Okay. And then Morgan and Augustus?
Yeah.
And then Henry is at the back.
I'm gonna have. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Henry's like, Augustus, no, after me. I'll watch the rear, in case, you know.
I understand. I pull out my big knife, and then I'm gonna also hand him one of the pairs of brass knuckles, so he at least feels better.
Thank you. Like, seriously.
It's all right. Tonight we're gonna rob a toff, and then we're gonna meet up with the toffers. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You're gonna need a bath first. I think you soiled yourself, which I understand, but I'm pretty sure you soiled yourself. No, we can smell it. Like this is a thing.
It was a dirty cell, okay? That was with the person before me. Shut up.
Sorry.
So,
No judgment here, mate.
who even are you? I could have a lot of questions for who Franco's been hanging around with. What happened to your face?
Don't ask a question that you don't want to know.
But yeah, Franco, as you reach the bottom of this stair, it winds down deeper. You see it opens out into this circular chamber at the bottom. The floor is paved in stone, the walls are stone, and the candlelight just about is enough to light up the edge of it, but there's still sort of long looming shadows at the edge. And this room is empty aside from one thing. At the far side from the staircase is this large block of stone, this big, let's not beat around the bush, this large altar stone. Big stone altar with symbols carving around the edge.
Nothing else there?
From where you are here, you can't really make out the details of the symbols, but yeah, looks to be an altar.
Taking my time looking around, listening.
Blackstone.
Blackstone, nice. I mean, probably do me. I'm gonna wait a moment, listen in, making sure that there's nothing actually dangerous or creeping around here, and then I'll turn around and say, Mortimer, I think that's a Dr. report. I think that's something for you.
I'll wander into the room, but I'm actually going to look at the ceiling. How high is the ceening in here? Seemingly we just warned about a flying bat thing.
The ceiling, as you look up, the ceiling looks to be about 20 feet up. This domed chamber. It's sort of very shadowed, especially at the centre, but you can see it, yes. Just about.
Oh, well, my expert opinion, that's an altar. I'm not too keen on getting too close to it, and I don't think the markings will give us any information.
So you don't think they give information? I was thinking that you're most likely to know whatever the fuck these things mean.
Okay, I'll go and take a closer look.
Okay, so just to clarify, so Franco's currently got one of the candles, and who's got the second candle? Is that still with Morgan?
Probably, because I suspect I would have been quite close to where Franco was, so I probably would have given him that one so he could be in front of it.
They're past halfway burnt down now.
Oh, well, we're needing to get out soon. But I'm gonna kneel next to the altar and hold it like close to the relief.
Yeah, so a little wax splatters and drops on the floor as you hold the candle closer. The first thing you notice is actually the floor around the altar. The grey, sort of the granite, well, not granite, it's sandstone actually, slabs are stained dark, especially around the foot of the altar. There's a splattering layering of dark stains on the ground. As you hold the candle closer, some of the fresher stains are still red.
Great.
The altar itself does not appear to be stained. It's just this smooth black stone, like basalt, like almost like basalt maybe, but glossier. Like seems to almost drink in the light. Like it just look. Even as you hold the candle close to this altar, is dark, and you can see the images carved on it. There's hieroglyphs and there's other symbols too. But the most central figure is a seated figure, maybe a pharaoh, holding sort of I've forgotten the word off the top of my head.
Tablet?
No, the stick thing. The
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, but I can't think of the word. That staff thing at pharaohs sometimes have.
pharaoh stick, holding a beautiful piece of description. You see a pharaoh holding a pharaoh stick.
None of us are experts on Egyptology. We won't know what it's really called. It's a stick.
Like the crook thing.
Yeah.
But other symbols, sort of hieroglyphs around the side as well. Carven into it.
I'm beginning to wish we had a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But that probably would be a bad idea anyway. I don't think we're going to find anything here. But I think they've killed
the Black Pharaoh.
I mean, it's a pharaoh on a black stone. I mean, the fall is quite near.
Why? Well, if we want to open,
I was thinking of smashing it.
Keeper.
Yeah.
This is. I'm not trying to be meta, but in the slang, there are a lot of references for a crowbar. I don't know if Augustus would or wouldn't have a crowbar on him. He seems
Make
like
me
the type.
a look roll. Did you bring your crowbar today?
Okay.
Have you got the piece of equipment you're after? Look will be up on the upper left of your sheet. Underneath,
right.
if you.
Let me.
If you go down from where it's got like, I think it's down from like hit points and.
Okay, give me. I'm fighting with roll 20.
No worries. As
purple or green?
Green, please. Unfortunately, this didn't seem like a crowbar kind of job. This seemed more like a knife kind of job.
Could I push?
Not on a look roll, no.
Okay, I respect that.
This is.
Sorry, mates. I thought I had it.
Oh, no problem. We weren't quite sure what we were getting into. Does this look like a solid altar, like a sacrificial altar type thing?
It appears to be, yes. It appears to be this big block of stone.
Well, I don't think we can look anywhere else down here, so should we check the locked room and grab anything valuable and get out?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
We can't do anything about this altar, so the best thing we can clear out as quickly as we can.
Could we destroy the altar, do you think?
If we had something like a sledgehammer.
Well, if we...
I might have something on the form, actually.
What if we... And there might be something that's crowbar capable as well. Would this... when I look at the altar, do I feel like all of us could maybe pick it up and like repeatedly and like drop it and ship it away? Or is it just
just pick it and... I mean... It is essentially a solid-looking block of stone.
Okay.
I mean, you're fairly strong. You think Morgan looks fairly strong. You're not sure about... Henry's not too weak. You're not sure about the others.
That would be my suggestion to my compatriots, is maybe if we just wanted to get out of here, we could try to just pick this up, drop it a couple times, see if we could break it that way. Look for something like a crowbar on the farm, and then get out of Dodge, so to speak.
Yeah, I think so too. Though, I'm gonna hold the candle with the flame onto the pharaoh and just take a look if the fire is if it's maybe soot covering it, or if it just stays clean anyway. If it maybe it melts, or maybe it burns. Who knows?
The stone's already dark, so you can't really see the soot staining it, but you do see, as you bring the candle closer to the pharaoh's image, there's a and the flame is extinguished. The flame blows out, and you're just left with the light of Morgan's candle. Just
okay.
the shadows in the chamber seem somewhat longer and darker.
I'm gonna go to Morgan. I'm gonna hold my candle and his candle and light my candle up again and be like, "Oh, it's a good fire extinguisher. Let's just leave for a while. We have no clue into how to damage the thing. Maybe we find something in the locked room over there."
That's the plan. Whilst this is going on, I'm feeling a bit paranoid about the fact that we can't see up.
There's the shadows at the very top of the roof. Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about, especially considering what we were told.
So, how about...
You can make me a spot hidden or a listen if you'd like, Mortimer, at this point. Yeah, go for it.
Let's see.
Yeah, as the others are having this discussion, as you're looking up, as Franco's candle goes out and the shadows get deeper and darker up there, you'd swear for a moment something, like as the shadows got deeper and darker, that one of the lengthening shadows almost had a shape to it, like the coil of a long tail around the top of the roof.
I'm sort of going to, there's something up near the roof. I think it's probably best that we just leave this room as quickly, carefully, and as quietly as we can. And I think messing with the altar at this point is a very bad idea.
Well, then let's go. I'm certainly noticing the sudden nervousness in that voice, so I'm going to go to the door.
And I'm going to try and keep an eye on where I thought I saw the shadows.
Yeah, I'm going to look up there too. Yeah.
So you're retreating back to the door. What about Augustus and Morgan? Well, not the door, the bottom of the stairwell. I'm
going to be purposefully near my compatriots. Like, I want, if we're scared about crazy darkness and blowing out candles and death sarcophagi and all that, I want to be with the group.
Yeah. Henry has been sort of sticking close back to the foot of the stairs this whole time. And as he's starting to see everyone sort of look up, you know, his hand on the gun, like, just starting to tremble.
What is it? What is it? And I pull out my knife.
See it? I think there's something up there, isn't there?
Well, who has the gun?
Well, I think
Quite a lot of guns floating around at this point, I think.
Yeah, so who has a shot?
I'll have both my pistols drawn ready, just because I don't have to hold a hand. I'm not holding a candle, so I've got both hands free.
I would say if you have a gun, especially the shotgun, pull it and then just shoot several shots up in the general vicinity. If it swoops down, I got my knife, I'll take its life.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm known for my intellect.
Let's everybody stay near the stairs though, because I mean, point one, if it didn't come down by now, it's probably not wanting. But if we do that, we'll probably trigger it.
We have a duty.
Yeah.
This thing attacked your brother.
Yeah.
This thing, like, I don't like those schmucks in the jail cell, but they could have been killed. This is unholy.
Yeah. Also, it's not gonna stop until the thing dies, so I think we should stay near the stairs so we can flee if necessary and come back another day.
Yeah. Lots of drinks tonight.
Yeah.
Lots of drinks.
So, just to get this correct, you're getting back towards the bottom of the stair and someone wants to take a shot up to the ceiling.
I'm going to go backwards, you know, like I'm following, but I'm keeping my eye on the thing upstairs. And you're going to see I have my rifle, and I'm going to take the candle, like on the side like this. I can keep my rifle, but I still have the candle on my hand, you know.
Do you want me to hold the candle so you can shoot better, since we're all shooting at once?
It's like I can keep it, but if you want to hold it.
I mean, I can hold both candles. I'm not useful in a fight anyway.
Okay.
I have one in the one hand on the one side and one in the other, and I'll just stand there like this.
Don't you have a pistol, Franco?
I'm more danger with a pistol to my own friends than to anything that I'm trying to shoot at.
Okay, just keep those pistols handy. We'll get through this, fellas.
And I keep the corner in shoot mode, like to be sure if it's moving, then I will be shooting. But if not, I'm not doing. Then I'm not shooting for free.
Okay, so you're backed up. Bear in mind, remember, this staircase you came down here to get here is very much a one-at-a-time staircase. This is only wide enough to permit one person at a time. So as you're sort of back up against it, some of you pointing guns at this, if people want to fire, let me know. If people want to run and leave, let me know.
We're good.
I'll stay in the middle of the pack, so everybody has light, even if we flee one after another.
Gentlemen, I think it's time to shoot.
Well, is anyone shooting?
What do you reckon, Morgan?
sometimes I'm a light shot, but thing hasn't moved yet. If you wanted to take us out, you already done so I don't want to shoot something that can be even more how can I set this out? Can be more dangerous if we shoot at it and if we leave it alone, you know?
I respect that, but I feel that how do I put this? In this group, we have a lot of intellect. We have some hard men. I don't think smart men, I don't think hard men would leave this thing alone. I feel like, I don't know what your society does all the time, but I feel like this falls within its whatever it is. So I'm willing to put it on the line, even though my job is done.
At this point, you can very clearly see that is definitely something moving in the shadows up there. And you can see Henry's sort of finger sort of trembling on the trigger.
Is it moving towards us or just moving?
Just coiling around the top of the ceiling, just twisting and moving. You can't really see what it is. There's definitely something moving up there.
Hasn't received the order yet.
Henry, this thing is the same thing that attacked you. What do you say?
Fucking shoot the thing. Oh, run. Shoot the thing and run. And
you want to run?
Like, he looks like, any sudden move and he's pulling this trigger, it looks like, unless someone stops it. Or unless...
The only one of us who's encountered this thing truly is reacting like this. This thing is probably, as you said, it hasn't gotten the order yet. Do we want to leave knowing that we're leaving the countryside to be terrorized by this? Or do we want to stand and fight? I say fight, but let's just make a decision. Doctor, what do you say?
I think if we don't finish this thing now, it'll be sent after us.
Yeah. But we could maybe finish it in a way that just traps it down here.
Then someone will just free it, the people who run this place. So I vote for finishing it. Either finishing it now, or we check the locked room, then come back and finish it. But at least now we can see it, or we have an idea where it is down here.
Yeah, I think it's now.
Okay, so when Franco and Mortimer we finish it now or come back later, and Franco say finish now, I will shoot at this moment. I will not at the moment Franco said, so my two partners say, and Mr. Green, Augustus say, okay, we shoot it. When I have the tree, okay, we shoot it. Okay. Just a moment when Franco say, we do it, I shoot.
Okay, anyone with readied weapons? You get the chance to go now.
Oh boy.
So, Henry, it's like, as the one shot goes off, Henry automatically uses a trigger here. The echo of the shotgun around this chamber. In fact, the echo of several gunshots in close proximity in this stone room echoing loudly in your ears. This is not going to improve your hearing in the near future. Morgan, roll your damage. Yeah? Mortimer?
I'm using both guns and putting as many bullets as I can towards it.
You can take 3 shots with a penalty die on each.
Should I? Okay. Just the circle one.
Yeah, so that'll be a penalty die for each shot.
Is that for both guns?
Yeah. So, as in, you can take 3 shots between them, not because, or you can take 6 at double penalty.
$11.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just fire once with both guns. Is there any penalty with that?
That'll be a penalty, yeah. A penalty on each.
On both.
shots ringing wildly across this space. Ooh. Ooh. That is two fumbles. Could you all give me a luck roll, please?
Success for me.
Is it purple or green? Purple.
Just the green, but I don't think you can get any worse. As these shots echo out in this closed space, the blast of the shotgun, Morgan's shot, Mortimer's shot. Mortimer, please roll the damage for one of your firearms.
I did. It was 11.
Mortimer, yeah.
Oh,
As
sorry.
these shots
Sorry.
ring out in this enclosed space, and the ricochet of one of them strikes Franco.
I think I've just rolled the wrong thing, have I? Or
That's a 2 damage.
No, 2 damage. That's yeah.
It's just a flesh wound. It's nothing.
It scrapes across, and at this point you hear this loud shrieking sound from up above, and both the candles go out. The last thing you see before the darkness plunges is this shape swooping down towards you. This open maw of darkness, this long coiling shape unraveling from the ceiling. I'd like a sanity roll off everyone before you're plunged into pitch darkness.
Oh, come on, so close.
Green or purple, sorry.
That will be the green. Franco. So that's... Oh, Mortimer, you're holding it together here. Really holding it together. Augustus? Keeping it together. Morgan as well. Franco, could you please roll me a 1d10, please? As this vast creature, it's bigger than you expected it to be, unrolling out from around the ceiling. As you lose 3 points of sanity as you stagger backwards against the wall for a moment as this darkness fills the chamber. And it was Morgan's shot that connected with it. And out of the darkness, something swipes out towards Morgan. If you want to try and dodge it, you can. You will have a penalty die because you can't see anything.
So, purple, eh?
Yes. You feel like the breath of air as this...
Success.
No, that is a failure.
You
have a penalty, not a bonus.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. As wiping out of the dark. It's tangling, coiling, chill, cold touch brushes against you and then throws you back bodily against the wall of the chamber with great force. That will be 7 points of damage to you, Morgan, as you're crashed back against the wall of the chamber.
Okay.
And you land sprawled on the ground. Is that enough to be a major wound for you?
I don't know. It's I'm at 5, and normally I'm at 12, so I have major wounds. Yeah.
You give me a Constitution roll here, please. Yes.
Hard success.
You're able to maintain consciousness. You are prone, slumped against the wall as this thing threw you backwards. But it is your turn.
When I'm hit, I know where I'm hit from. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shoot at this place, like I know where you are now, bitch, and I will shoot.
Okay. So the close range and the darkness cancel each other out. So this is just a standard shot.
Extreme success.
Okay, another shot echoes around the space. Franco, got this, worrying. Now people are firing in complete darkness. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, roll me some damage, Morgan. Roll me your firearms damage on this thing.
Okay.
For extreme, it's you roll the damage once, and then you get the ball.
Oh boy.
15.
Okay.
Wait, that's piercing because it's an extreme, right?
Yes. Sorry, I've got that.
So that's another 16 on top of those 15.
Mm-hmm. There's another shriek echoes around the chamber. Sting is still there. You can't see it, but you can hear it. And it sounds really angry. In the dark around you. And it is, you hear Henry firing off a panicked shotgun. There's like the sound of shattering stones somewhere in the dark, like shotguns being fired at a stone wall. More ricochet. Augustus, Franco, and Mortimer, you all have the same dexterity, so it's up to you which one of you wants to do something first, essentially.
I would just try to light the candles again. Take out the flint and steel and just try.
I mean, you could have matches as well.
I was going to say...
Right, matches.
Yeah.
I was like, lighters aren't invented yet. Probably flint and steel then.
Boxes of matches are there.
Yeah, I'm gonna light a match and start lighting both candles again.
Yeah, so as you... lighting up, you can now see this thing as it, reeks. It's, black blood dripping onto the floor around you.
I'm just flicking the burning match that I don't need anymore at it.
Yeah.
Just like...
The match goes out.
I'll take another shot at it. I'm dreadful at it, but I'll give it a go. I can't fumble too.
You've got a bonus die because it's big and nearby. Yeah. You've got a bonus die because it's come closer now, so you can
What do we do with the shotgun, by the way? Do we leave that upstairs?
No, Henry has it.
Henry has it. Henry's been firing it badly at this creature, mostly.
Nope. Missed it again.
Misses. It glances off the wall. This time, does not
Actually,
shoot. Yeah?
Could I spend 8 luck to get a hit?
So the first one you rolled was a
28
47.
would... I mean, it has a bonus die. So the 28...
Yes, the 28, 8 points of luck, that would hit.
I'll do that then.
Yeah, so roll me the damage on this. Okay. So you watch, actually, because you can see now in the light of the candles that Franco's been lighting, as the bullet strikes straight towards this thing and glances off it. Seemingly making no impact.
Well,
It's
I think...
slick, scaled. It's almost the same glossy black as the stone of the altar. But it's definitely taken a couple of injuries. You can see a couple of places where this shining armor of it has sort of been pierced by a couple of shots, but yours does not seem to have made it through the armor.
Well, at that point, I know what I'm doing. So I can see it. I can see where it's been hurt. I'm going to charge it, and I'm going to take my big knife, which I've been dying to use all game, and I'm going to try to stab it specifically where it has been wounded. And as I do it, I am screaming, fuck it, I've already lived a longer life than I should have anyway.
Okay, go for it. Give me a fighting brawl.
All right, is it the... I'm rolling on the knife, right? And it's the green?
Yeah, you can roll on the knife one if you just hit the green one.
There's no bonus at attack because of the sheer number of people.
No.
It's focused on Morgan, but okay.
Which reminds me, I think I'd forgotten that it probably... Oh, I forgot it had another attack. It could have attacked another person. That way it would have penalties for its fighting back, but I haven't actually been rolling that, because I forgot. Yeah, your knife, it manages to strike this position in it. I will actually start remembering to roll my fighting back now we're doing a close range one. Ooh. So you see as your knife goes towards this point to make contact, as the tail lashes round. That is a success for you, but unfortunately its fighting back there is an extreme success.
Is there anything I can do to mitigate that?
No, well, if you could make yours into an extreme success, yes. So if you could make, if you have, hang on, 40, I think about 45 points of luck.
I only got 40.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it has rolled an extreme success with fighting back, you would need an extreme to have beaten it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So as you see the knife heading towards this point, the shattered point in the scales, and then the tail lashes and flings Augustus back against one of the other walls of the chamber. It's 8 points of damage for Augustus.
Okay, let me see how much health I have. Where is HP at? Okay, so I have 12, so I'd be at 4.
Yes, please roll me a con roll. Let's see if you are still conscious after this.
Okay.
No. So as there's a crack as the back of your skull hits the wall, and everything goes blacker than it was before.
Let the record state that while Augustus is severely wounded, nothing is more wounded than his pride.
But there was a good call going for that bot, as the creature shrieks again and lunges for Morgan again, because goddamn, that man just keeps shooting it, and it hurt. So it lunges forwards for Morgan again. You can see it this time. You can try and dodge out the way, or fighting brawl, fight back against it if you want. With no penalties this time.
I will. Do you know what? I will dodge it.
Oof.
And I will use because
That'll be
it's
23 points of luck to turn that into a success.
I will use this 23 points of success, of course. So I have 25 left.
Yes. Luckily, you managed to, in the last moment, dodge out the way as it swipes round towards you. And it's Morgan's turn. This thing, the black blood, you can see the last time Morgan shot it seemed to, with this point where Augustus was aiming for, definitely shattered a good portion of it. You can see this black blood dripping out of it, sizzling onto the stones below.
Quick question. How much damage did I do to it?
None.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, the way that the fight back or dodge works.
I am close now because I tried to really hurt me, or
yeah,
I'm
it's
still
close. You've got point blank range here.
Okay.
You've got a bonus die.
Bonus die. Okay. Hard
Alright.
success.
Hard success. Let's see. Let's roll the damage. See if you can sting. See if you can do enough to penetrate the armor. Yes. So most of the impact is lessened by the armor, but enough the shot goes through as it's. You hear the crack of this thing's scales, and then the thud and the shrieking thing as it hits the ground, sort of twisting and coiling back and forth. Like if you've got a worm you've pulled out of the ground and it's like trying to get back in, it just coils back and forth on itself, shrieking. And then, as it lets out one last piercing, echoing shriek, it dissolves into blackness, leaving just splattered black blood across the stones. And you can hear Henry sort of just muttering to himself, "Oh God, oh God, oh God."
Henry, I think your friend needs help. I'll run to Augustus.
I'll probably go. Augustus is knocked out, so I'll go up to him and I'll try to bring him round and use first aid to treat at least the injuries, the basic injuries.
Yeah. Give me a first aid. See if you can do some good here. Yeah, Augustus, you kind of woozily come round. You've got one hit point back.
Oh, I haven't been hit that hard since I stole the damn pie when I was 6. Oh, Jesus. Should never, ever steal from nuns who bake. Oh, where am I? Oh,
Still down there.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
I thought I was in hell. It seems like I kind of am. Oh,
Morgan finished it off, so I'll be able to get you patched up better once we're out of here. Morgan, do you need me to? I'll have a check of Morgan's injuries as well whilst I'm here, just the first aid one. Another roll? Or?
Yes, yeah. Another roll.
Another, just first aid.
Yeah, first aid. Not really got the facilities. Your candle's burning down.
Morgan, are you okay?
Yeah, Morgan gets a point back.
And sort of just stops it getting worse, basically.
I'll be all right, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm very worried. There's not 2 of those things, is there?
If there's 2, we're not going to engage the second one.
Yeah. I'm out of courage for the day.
Next time when I say the thing can be more dangerous if you shoot at it, let's not shoot it. Huh?
Oh, we won.
Fine. Worked out fine. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I charged it with my knife, and I was like this close to like filleting that thing, and then all of a sudden my ass started just getting what was really more in my head. But like, oh man.
I mean, you opened it up for Morgan to shoot it, so that's fine, right?
Me up. Yeah. Oh man. Let's leave.
Dynamite.
Next time we bring dynamite. Yep.
Okay. Next time I'm bringing the shotgun. Like maybe I gotta hang up the old knife.
There's still a room we need to look into.
Yes, let's back up out of here, check the last room, and
Let's go.
Okay, so as you head back up the staircase, who is the last to leave the chamber? Okay. Morgan, could you make me a listen roll as you leave? Everyone else sort of ahead of you on the stairs. So as you're departing back up this narrow staircase, you swear you hear a voice behind you. I see you who hath trespassed on my domain. I will remember you, and we shall meet one day soon.
And I'll answer in a quiet voice. I'll bring the brandy.
The faint laughter just rings around the chamber behind you and then falls away into silence.
Do we hear the laughter?
None of the rest of you heard that.
No problem.
Just Morgan.
I'm actually happy I didn't hear that, because I'd think I had like a super concussion.
But yeah, you head back up the stair and back to the changing room of the cult.
Yeah.
And you see this one sort of locked wooden door.
You know what? I'm not going to bother anymore because all the noise we have done, and I just shoot the door.
Yeah, I'm going close, trying to open the door, and that's just boom.
And that is probably why Franco failed. Because you just shoot the lock off. Yeah. The door is unlocked. If you push the door open, the room on the other side is not particularly big. You can see along one side of the wall is some kind of cabinet with shelves, a couple of books, and some various things in jars. There's also a long table along the centre of the room. It's like very worn, thick oak stained with blood, and like almost like have you seen a wooden chopping board, like the crisscross of knife marks across it? And there's a couple of chairs towards one side in the corner of the room.
Well, I'm going to take a closer look at the books.
There also are in this room a couple of candles and sconces on the wall.
We should probably light those.
The books, the first one appears to be like an almanac, sort of detailing weather predictions, sort of phases of the moon, the star charts, that sort of stuff.
Is it a common enough book, or is it an unusual one?
It looks to be the kind of thing, if you were interested in knowing when, Pluto will be an ascendant, or a sort of that sort of astrology sort of stuff. You can see someone has gone through there with red ink and circled various dates.
Yeah, we'll grab that one.
Yeah, we're taking that definitely.
There is.
What's the most? Is there a date circled recently, like the date we're on? We're on 4th of April.
The 3rd of April is underlined with like a single red line. And then you see a little further down the page, the 7th of April has been like double circled in red ink.
I guess we're coming back here.
Yeah, I think we are.
The other books, there appear to be a stack of notebooks written in a very scrawly hand.
If there's not many of them, I'll probably just grab anything like that. And we can have a proper look another time.
And then there is one book that seems to have been placed on the top shelf, almost like in pride of place. Sort of up above the rest of the books.
I'll grab that one, definitely.
You're like, yeah, it's a book. It's a lovely book.
A harmless book. Nothing bad has ever happened from reading strange books found in cultist hideouts.
Yeah.
And it looks to be quite a large book. The thing that's most noticeable about it, though, is the binding. It's bound in a curious sort of pale leather that doesn't look to have been quite cured properly as you pick it up. Like, a certain sort of slight smell about it. It looks like it's supposed to be rebound fairly recently, as, you know, bookbinder and bookseller that you are. This looks like a fairly recent and inexpert rebinding.
It wouldn't happen to look like human skin by any chance from my medicine.
You know what? As a medical doctor and a bookbinder, yes, someone has recently rebound this book in human skin.
Ah, lovely. I'm not going to mention that fact now to them. But yeah, that's so basically there's the almanac type book, load of notebooks, and this other book, we'll say.
Yes.
And jars of things as well.
Jars of, now you're looking closer, lots of the jars.
The internal organs and stuff like that. I'm guessing from Egyptology type.
There's various bits of body parts floating in, looks to be less Egyptian and more almost like medical preservative. Like, this is in like formaldehyde and alcohol, you know. Eyeballs, that looks to be a bit of a stomach in that one. A jar of tongs. It's, you know, I'm not going to make you roll, but if anyone else, other people, I might actually ask for a quick little bit of a sanity roll from other people who are not medical professionals.
And I've spent a lot of time around Victor with his collection.
Yes, Victor would love this place. Yeah. I'm just going to 1 point of sanity off Franco and Morgan as you kind of you realise what is on these shelves, and it's like a kind of, like, this is quite a revolting collection.
Yeah,
it's kind of disturbing.
Is there any statuettes, any little
Not in here, no.
Okay.
There is, however, a drawer of what looks to be various knives and medical / torture implements.
I don't know how useful they are, but I'm just taking them on the occasion, on the notion that Dr. Davenport might need a spare set. I'm just taking them with me.
I've got a couple of ideas what we could do with this. Either, well, we could get those black robes, dump them out front somewhere, and smash these jars on it and set it all on fire. Or we can take the jars and have a close look, but I don't think we're going to find anything. And I do know a doctor who would be interested in this sort of stuff, but do we want to take them, or do we want to set the whole thing on fire?
I have another idea. How about we trap the place? We go and buy a bunch of stick of dynamite or something like that, and we basically set a trap for when they go down that staircase to the altar down below, and hide dynamite in. And then when the cultists go down to do their cultist stuff, they trigger the trap and just blow themselves and the entire thing up.
I'm not an expert on explosives.
I'm neither. I just thought it would be cool.
But it'd probably be a good idea to let the two guys we've locked up out. And
yeah, they're not involved at all.
They're just
no way in hell.
The muscle. It's not fair on them. What's your feeling on this, Morgan? We trap the place?
You could just drop a bunch of bear traps. It's not gonna do anything except for like hurting a bunch of people once they're down there, but
I want to come back and catch you guys.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smart move.
I don't want just to explode them, I want to catch them.
How easy is it to get dynamite? I have no access to it.
I have contacts in the army. I can maybe ask for it.
A couple of days warning, you can get your hands on some dynamite.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of thing you could just kind of pop to the shops and pick up, but I think probably with like a couple of days advance warning, you could get your hands on some.
We could always set the place up with some explosives if we could get hold of some. We don't have to blow it up, but we can have it set up ready to blow up if we need it.
Give me a few days and I'll get you the dynamite.
I think we've got 2 days, maybe 3. We'll be close.
If it doesn't come in time, you can always just lay in wait with guns. You don't know that shots are coming. You lose.
That's a very good point.
The question is, how ready are you to kill human beings?
Considering what we've just seen,
It's you to do that. And maybe tell you when to start shooting.
All I'm saying is at the start of this, there was less criminality around me. Now there's more criminality around me. Cheers.
Hey, if my brother has given the impression that he is an upstanding citizen, then Augustus, you have been fooled.
Boy,
No,
I'm 100% upstanding. I did not commit one crime except for breaking and entering a couple of thousand times.
You break into more houses than I do.
Yeah, but I don't steal stuff. I just write stuff down.
I'm not talking about being a smug or snipe pitching or being a snoozer. I'm talking about real crime. When you watch the light in someone's eyes go out, that's what I'm talking about.
I can scratch people's faces with my fingers, and about that's it.
well, let's just, I say, leave. Let's get everything we need and let's prepare for the next event as soon as we can.
Yeah.
You will owe me drinks, however, not tonight. I probably shouldn't drink with the back of my head. Doctor, if you could patch me up when we get back, and I'll be on my way. Brother Dearest over there knows how to get in contact with me if you need me. I'll leave you with this before we depart, get back from my healing and whatnot. If you're in the streets and you're doing fine, don't say my name. If you're in the streets and you're not doing fine, you say my name.
Sure. Also, Mortimer, you shot me instead of them. Just so you know.
Oh, huh? Did I? It was dark.
I mean,
What a flush wound.
someone shot me. I thought it was you from where...
It could have been a ricochet or something.
Yeah, I don't know. At least I got hit by something. That is not a giant claw of a bat.
But yeah, I'll patch everyone up once we get back. We could always bring the carriage to here and grab anything we want to take with us.
Yeah, so you're
And
taking...
free the 2 guys. Actually, we'll let the 2 guys out. We don't want to leave them locked up.
Yeah, so
Don't leave him in here. Tell him to fucking get the fuck out of the country.
you free Irving and Wilfred, who are happy to leave with their dog. You're taking the notebooks, taking the dubious skin-bound tome, and the star charts. Are you taking the jars full of human remains?
Are there many of them?
Like 3 shelves full.
How about we just lay a little fire in that room there? It's not gonna burn a lot, but it's gonna be like a smoldering thing. And when they open up, it's gonna just start burning again. And they'll not notice from the outside. And it'll be pretty dangerous if you open that door then.
Does it look like the remains are from more than one person?
Without time to examine them, you couldn't be certain, but you're fairly sure you saw at least 3 eyeballs, so yes.
I was just going to ask how many eyes, because that's the easiest thing.
Yeah. So unless there's 3-eyed people running around in London, which is not impossible given what you've seen.
I'll probably grab a couple, because I think Victor would be interested in them. Anything that looks interesting from a medical standpoint, I'll grab.
Okay.
But move on. Just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple of jars of human bits, just in case I need them. But yeah, so gathering up these things, having released your captives, you head back, you get the carriage and start heading back into town. And I think that is where we will leave things off for tonight. As you've gained some information, you've rescued Franco's brother, you've made a new friend, and you have somehow survived deciding to shoot the horrendous shadow monster, which I genuinely thought at least one person was going to die there. But that extreme success on Morgan's shot saved several necks there, I think, because it did enough damage after the armor was accounted for that it was actually, made an impact. But yes, we will find out next week how things go with your little plan to take down the Brotherhood.